Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 27 of our Fire in the Lake playthrough with me playing as the US and the other three factions being played by the Tru'ng expansion bots. Welcome to the jungles of Vietnam. Okay, things are getting serious now. We've got quite a lot of NVA in the south, and I've tried to move things in the coup that has just passed. Move my US troops to try and respond to the threat in this area. With 3 coup cards in the actual ARVN leader box, the likelihood of one of these pivotal events being played is more likely. So without any further ado, let's get down and do it. First of all, let's get rid of the mini-me. Gone. Okay. So we've effectively, I'd say halfway through the game, unless it finishes early due to anything else happening. So we've had 3 coups. I think there's 2 more in there. So, yeah. Victory point wise at the moment, the NVA are 12 to 19, so they're 7 shy. The VC are 35-27, so they are 8 shy. And myself and the ARVN are 10 shy of victory. So the ARVN are up on this card here, number 70. So following on my policy of not really showing the cards anymore, if you've got them, follow along. If you haven't, then you'll have to do with my dulcet tones. So first thing we check for is any eligible non-player faction can play its pivotal and current event is not critical. So we have to look at card 70 on the back here, and it's only critical for the VC. Okay. So the VC would not play their pivotal event because this card is critical to them. So I understand that. But the NBA, yeah, the dog's barking. That's from next door. Don't seem to be able to control it or stop it from barking. Okay, so the NBA pivotal event. Play 2+ cards in the NBA leader box. They are, and more NBA troops and US troops on the map. Well, they've got 40 troops and I've got nowhere near 40. So that is potential. The ARVN one, and less than 20 US troops on the map. I believe I've got more than 20 US troops, so theirs isn't playable. Mine's definitely not playable because I've got to have at least a score of 4. Oh, actually, my score is 41. Play and support plus available is 40. So the question is, do I want to do linebacker? Unrestricted air war. NBA removes 2 bases, reduces resources to half, round down. They don't track resources, so I don't know how that will affect. Ineligible through next card, 3 US casualties to available. It's not really time to play it. I don't have any casualties in there, so no, I wouldn't play linebacker. And even if I did try, it would be trumped by the North Vietnamese one anyway. May trump myself. So, all right, so let's see if the Easter offensive goes ahead. As it says, any eligible can play its pivotal and current event is not critical. And 1d6 has got to be less than the number of cards in the ARVN leader box. There are 3 cards, so on a 1 or a 2. No. So there is no. So there was a lot of preamble there to that, but in the end, no one's doing the pivotal event. So moving on. Right, current event is critical and effective for the ARVN. It is not. Number 2, next eligible could choose critical event. Next eligible to myself. It's not critical to myself. 3, first choice on upcoming critical event. No, the ARVN aren't coming up on there. So otherwise, they will do an op and SA. Do, which means a drawing of one of these cards. Okay, the first one that comes up is ARVN M. Okay. So the first question on this card is NVA control plus NVA bases is equal to or greater than 14. They are currently on 12. So the answer to that question is no. Therefore, it tells me to draw another card. So put that back to the bottom. Next ARVN card that comes up is ARVN K. Coin control, pop, plus patronage is equal to or greater than 42. It's not, it's at 41. It then tells me that that's not the case, so draw another card. Okay, ARVN L. NVA base or NVA control in any 2+ pop space. NVA base or any NVA control. Well, that's a 2 pop space. That's a 2 pop space. So the answer to that question is yes. So we're on ARVN L. We actually have a yes to the first question. Second question, 3d6 available ARVN pieces. There's only one ARVN. So the answer to that one will be no, because the lowest score on 3d6 is 3. So that tells me, as the answer is no to that question, I've got to turn the card over. So I'm now looking at ARVN LL. ARVN Assault would add coin control or unblock the line of communication route between Canthau and Hoi. So is there anywhere where an ARVN Assault would add coin control? There's a lot of ARVN troops down here, but there's already coin control, so it wouldn't add. Is there anywhere else where ARVN Assault would add coin control? And the answer to that question is no. Because where there is no coin control, there's no troops available. So the answer is no. So it then says sweep. Use move priorities. Okay, so they're going to do sweep using move priorities. Okay, so as I've said in prior videos, when I use move priorities, this is by far, to me, the most complex part of using the Tru'ng expansion. So I'm going to pause here, work out where everything is going to go or got to go, because it's not good viewing for you to see me scratching my head, or you don't actually see me scratching my head, but umming and ahhing as I go, can I? So I'm going to work out where everything goes, then explain why everything goes where it's got to go. Okay, so I've determined which, and you can see it probably has been a jump and there's a few extra pieces on the board. By using the white pawns, I was able to narrow down which would be the destination. The destination had to have, as it says, sweep or transport, place with no coin control, most pop, so it was also looking 2 population spaces, where there was an enemy base, and then the last one that was decided was fewest enemy pieces. So that got 3 of the ticks. This only got 1 because there's no enemy base. So this is option 2. Okay, so this is option 1. So this is the destination. Okay, after I select the nation, it's got to be, this will be the origin of the troops. Do the sweep, because they've got to be able to get to there for the sweep, following the normal sweep rules, which are going to be an adjacent province or down one line of communication in an adjacent province. As it's supposed to be a learning video as well, so move any ARVN troops, if desired, onto an adjacent insurgent free line of communication and into an adjacent space. Okay, the next phase, 1 enemy guerrilla per ARVN cube or ranger there, 1 for every 2 if it was in jungle. So troops could be taken from in there, from Gang or from Saigon. Okay, and you take from the place which got the most troops, which at present is Gang, but I can't change control here. Okay, there will not move enough troops that control is changed. So we'll move at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think if I move a 5th one, no, that doesn't change control either. 5, I'll root 6th one. Yeah, that would. So that one doesn't go. So there's 5 being moved. One of the other things I've got to do is ensure that I keep my coin firepower in here doesn't go less than equal to or greater than the number of vulnerable enemies. So there are 3, 6, 7, 8 vulnerable enemies. My coin firepower is, there's 3 of those, multiplied by 2 for the base is 6, 7. So I need to bring one of those guys back, 8. If I launched an assault, I could always use the ARVN. That equals, so I've moved a total of 4 pieces in there now. Okay. But I can also move from here. Okay, and I want to be able to reveal all of those as it's a sweep. So that one can go in there as well. So that is it for that. That will reveal, activate that, and that. So that's that province swept into. We will now see if they carry on. Now, ARVN, it's got a 3 on there, so it's a 4, 5, or 6, and they'll sweep again. They will sweep again. So now we're looking at, so that was the highest priority. This is the next one. So we want to sweep into there. So they can sweep from here and from here as well. So so again, using from the most troops first, they don't want to, there's only one VC piece here. So they need to keep their firepower. There's a US troop there. So 1, 2, 3 of those to move in, at least. Keep all cubes, right? Keep coin cubes equal to enemies. Keep 3 coin cubes where there's a coin base. So that's 1, 2. There's a 3 protecting that base. Okay. So they can also send 1 in from here. Jumps up on the road and moves in. That's 4. Is there anybody else? Because again, they've got to keep 3 coin cubes because the US base. Okay. I think that is it. That's all they can, because from Saigon is too far. So, okay. So they reveal 4 guerrillas. Okay. Next, we'll see if they carry on. Again, 4, 5, or 6. They do. All right. So the next priorities was Quang Tri or Tay Nin. Both got to place with the least amount of pieces. 3, 4 is here. Okay. But they've got no one they can send to that one because they will not take troops out there. They've got troops out there. So it won't be Quang Tri. It will be Tay Nin. So they can send in all 3 of these guys without adjusting the firepower. And then you get to reveal, activate one of those because it requires 2 for 1 in the jungle. And they really don't have any other sweep options. So that is the sweep part actually completed. So we now move on to the special activity, which is a raid with underground rangers in each space. And then also they've got to be in place first. There's no vulnerable base because they can a raid in Quang Tin. I have to remove guerrillas before bases. However, I mean they've got, where are their rangers? Quang Gang, Quang Tin. There's 2 of them. Oh, and Dalek. So going through the remove in place vulnerable base, there is none. Raid. Laos, Cambodia with 0 to 2 enemies without coin control. Okay. So it wants me to, as I'm raiding, go into a coin control. No, so I'll read that again. Laos, Cambodia with 0 to 2 enemies without coin control. So here or here, it wants me to go with this guy. So 1, 2, 3, Northeast Cambodia. Okay. In he goes. Boom. Activate him. And as it's a raid, that removes each base moving any adjacent rangers. Then if desired, activate an underground ranger there to remove 2 enemy pieces. So he removes those 2 troops. Well done, lad. Then this one is, say that one could move into there. Still no vulnerable base. That has higher priority than actually dealing with these. So here I could activate this guerrilla, this ranger, to take out 2 VC pieces. But according to the priorities, first of all, there's a vulnerable base. Second, if it's a raid, Laos and Cambodia with 0 to 2 enemies without coin control. Now, if I move into here, we don't lose coin control. He raids, takes out this guy. Okay, well that's the priority as shown on the NP Republic of Vietnam Space Selection Priorities table. So, okay, and that concludes that card. It goes to the bottom of the deck. So next up is myself. Okay, so let's do end faction play, get rid of all those arrows and markers. So what do I want to do? Tough Koreans, US or ARVN free sweep into and then free assault. Fubon and adjacent spaces as if US and as if all ARVN cubes are US troops. Okay, so where is Fubon and all adjacent spaces? Well, that's not going to help me very much, is it? No, there's one little VC gorilla in Bindin, so I can't see me really being able to use the tough Koreans. They're sitting on their butts, having a jolly good time. Yeah, there's nothing in that area. So, the question is then, do I pass or do a lim-op? Now, if I pass, that will pass it to the VC, who were, this was a critical card for them. I remember, 70. Yes, it was. Shift Kwainon, Fubon, and Huanha, each one level towards active opposition. Yeah, I don't really want that to happen, so I don't want them to have the event. But I am first up on the next card. Oh dear. This is some of the quandaries you get in this kind of game. All right, so what would I get if, on this event? US moves up to 2 US troops, each from the map and out of play. They move 2 US troops, each, from the map and out of play to any one space or available. It's card 21. Is that critical for the South Vietnam as well? It is critical for the VC. All right, so which of these two cards are going to hurt me the most? US Division Clean Out NLF. In one or two provinces, we remove one VC piece to set to active opposition. Ooh. That's also particularly nasty. Here, I would only get a lim-op. There, I can prevent it. If I do a lim-op here, so shift Kwainon, Fubon, each one level towards active opposition. So I will be losing. And this is where I move the troops out of, because I don't need the troops here anymore. I think I'm going to. What could I do as a lim-op? I could do an offensive in Kwangang. If I give the VC here, I'm going, it's in the NVA. Is that a critical event for the NVA? Card 21. No. So they might check for their Easter offensive. Oh, what a decision. Okay. All right, I've got to counter this. So I am going to do. I could do a lot more damage if I have full ops on this. So if I pass, I could suffer both, wouldn't I? If I pass on this card here, the VC will get the event. Then I go here, full tilt. Well, I could do ops without a special activity. Therefore, they can't play the event. No, I'm going to do a lim op. Okay, I'm going to do an assault here. I'm doing an assault. I can bring the ARVN into it. I can pay 3 resources to bring these 2 ARVN cubes in. Hey, it's not my money. 1, 2, 3. So we will assault. So these guys here, we'll kill 6 of these. Because each space remove 1 active enemy piece for each US troop cube, 2 for 1 if US base. So there's 3 US troops, so they take out 6 of these NVA. Hold on. Take them 3 at a time then. Turn to available. Turn to available. And then because I paid, those 2 go act as an ARVN. Okay. They aren't as effective. Pay 1 to add an ARVN assault. With the ARVN assault, doesn't matter about the base. 1 for every 2 ARVN troops. There is still actually 1 remaining. Okay. And that's my lim op complete. Okay. Which will end at the card. So end faction play, end card play, draw card. Oh. Why is that one up there? Right, yeah, that's back to as it should be. Right. Okay, so who's operating first on this one? It's the VC, and it's card 21. Card 21. Too many cards. Card 21 is critical for the VC. Okay, so they definitely wouldn't play their pivotal event because this card's critical to them. However, the NVA are available, so they could play their pivotal, and so any eligible MP faction, as they are, can play its pivotal, and current event is not critical. This current event is not critical to them. It's only critical to the VC and myself. So a 1 or a 2? Nope. Still not unleashing the Easter offensive yet. Though, actual fact, should check that. More NVA troops than US troops on map. They've now taken 11, so they've actually got 29 troops on map. I'm not currently sure how many troops I've got on map, but that would have been actually close, so maybe I should have counted that first. However, it's the VC, and this event is critical for them. Current event is critical Oh, and effective. So let's have a look at it. Okay. US divisions clean out NLF in 1 or 2 provinces with US troops. Remove 1 VC piece to set active opposition. Okay. So it's got to play place. Okay, there's actually only one place that they could play it. There's got to be. I should have looked at that when I chose this. This is not that effective for them. In 1 or 2 provinces with US troops, remove 1 VC piece to set to active. So there's got to be a place where there's US troops and VC pieces. Not already, I mean, this is already active opposition, so no point in doing it here. So is this. So it's binned in. And there's no US troops in Quang Tri. So the event actually is unplayable, so it's not effective. Okay. All right. Now I don't feel so too bad about my decision. Okay. Next eligible could choose critical events. Well, they wouldn't, because it's not critical to them. First choice on upcoming critical event. They're not, so they do an op and SA. Okay. So, going to the deck, the first card that comes up is VCV. So, first question on it is underground VC guerrillas in any space not at active opposition. No, where? Oh, Quang Tri. Underground VC guerrilla in any space not at active opposition. Quang Tri. Okay. Tick. 3d6 available VC pieces. There are currently 15. Let's see what they roll. So equal to the total there was 10. 10 is equal to less than available VC pieces. Yes, there's 15 available. They will rally. Okay. They will place a base where there's 3 VC guerrillas. I don't think there is a space with 3 VC guerrillas where there isn't currently 2 bases. So no. Select spaces using the place guerrillas. Okay. So looking at the chart for placing guerrillas. First of all, they'll place where there's a vulnerable VC base. Okay. There is a vulnerable VC base here. It's only got 1 guerrilla protecting it. So it will raise. In fact, it's vulnerable because he's actually up. So as there's a base there, the amount of guerrillas they can place is VC base instead place VC guerrillas up to population plus VC base. And again, they'll all do maximum, so they will place 2, 3 guerrillas here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's their first one. So now they're looking at the card. They need the 3 or more to continue. They continue. So, is there any other vulnerable VC base? No. So next up, places with most population. Okay. So that's got 2. That's got 2. Because yeah, to rally, any province or cities without support. Okay, so we're looking at all the 2 population places at the present moment. Okay. Oh, so that was the next thing on there, wasn't it, for placing gorillas? Is most pop. We've already done Quang Din, so. And it's got to be a place, any province without support. So actually can't be that one because that's got support. Already done that province. So actually I'm going to mark that with a black one just to remind me I've done it. Okay. So 2 populations. So we've got Tain In. Any other way place with 2. Bin Din. Quan Tin. And Quang Tri. So those are all 2 pops. So continuing down. Most VC bases. Okay. Well, there's only one of these which actually has a VC base. So that'll be this one here. Right. So that will actually place 4 gorillas. Because it's 2 plus the amount of bases, 4 gorillas placed there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's see if they carry on. Again, 3 or higher. Yes, they do. Okay. So Artemis VC bases. Us is ARVN a player? No, it's US is a player. Most total support. Well, I can't place gorillas with the support. So that's not really relevant. NVA is not a player. 1 or 2 VC gorillas and room for a base. Okay, so I'm going to place there to show we've done that one. So 1 or 2 VC gorillas and room for a base. So it could go there. Could go there. Still counting the most pop. So it's those 3. So all 3 could be applicable. City or province with the fewest non-VC pieces. Well, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this gets the jump. That there, as there's no, that only gets 1 gorilla. There's no base there. Okay. And we now roll again, see if they continue. They do. So it'll now be either binned in or tain in. So, as I say, I'll mark that to show I've done that one. Okay. Any other restrictions? Select randomly. 1, 2, 3, it's tain in. It's tain in, so that gets a gorilla. See if they continue. They do. Done that one. The only other option was binned in. See if they continue. They do. So that was all the 2 pop spaces done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's, yeah, most pop, then most VC bases. So then we're down to these 2 areas here. So we can't place where there's support. So they could place into, right, so I'm going to remove all the, no, I'm not going to remove anything at the present. So it's got to be going again, vulnerable VC base. No, most pop, we've covered most VC bases, so it's one of these two. Okay. They are identical. This has only got 3, that's got 4. So this one first. So it definitely gets a gorilla. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's just, and there's a base there. 1 population and 1 base. So yeah, it's 2 gorillas. Plus it to show I've done it. See if they continue. They do. They will place 2 gorillas here. Well, they must have had stacks of resources. They continue. They've only got 1 gorilla. So where does that 1 gorilla go? So it's got to go to some other place where there's no support. So could be here. In actual fact, this is the only space I can see which hasn't got no support, and I haven't placed. So in it goes. They can't place any more gorillas. They've done it all. Blimey. Okay. Yeah, they've done that. So now they do their special activity, which, all right, so first of all, we select, so it's 2d6, is that equal to or greater than the agitate total? The current agitate total is 6. 2d6, 4. Is that greater than the agitate total? No. So they don't tax. They subvert, removing 2 ARVN. So I've got to look at the remove part of the equation now. So I'm going to remove all the markers. Okay. All right. So remove vulnerable VC base. So I think we've worked out there is now no vulnerable VC base. No. In provinces with most pops. We're looking at all the 2 provinces. Any other restrictions? No. Most VC bases. Ideally, they want to remove troops. With most VC pieces, there's only 1 province with 2 bases. So that'll be one of them. So they will remove 2 ARVN pieces. Okay. Now, normally we subvert. Each space, remove 2 ARVN cubes or replace 1 with a VC gorilla. Now, because there are no gorillas, they're removing the 2 ARVN cubes. -1 patronage per 2 ARVN cubes removed. So patronage goes down 1 for that, which is nice. And it says 1 or 2 provinces. That's the first one. Anywhere else, it looks like here or here. Again, 2 point provinces, but it prefers ones with bases. 1 base there. That's it. Okay. Oh, subverting. Does it actually turn over the gorilla? No. Okay, so we'll remove 2 here. Wow, that's quite powerful, that subvert, isn't it? That's just 4 ARVN troops taken out of commission. Yeah, basically given some pajamas and told to go and hide in the jungle, or in the swamps in this case. Right, so that is the VC complete. Okay, so that's that card done. Over to the NVA. All right, America. Do they want to play the event? It's not critical for them, I don't think. Let's just double check. 21. No, it's nothing for them. So let's do end faction play, make sure we finish everything with the VC. NVA. Active faction will be first eligible on upcoming critical event and cannot execute any current critical event. Okay, they are first up on that one. That is card 47. But it's not critical. First eligible chose Op plus SA, which they did. An event is performed or critical and effective. Card 21 again, as I say, is nothing for them. They're not interested in the card. Will be first eligible on upcoming card. They are. So it says pass. So they pass. Boom. Okay, so that ends the play of that card. Okay, I'm going to call a halt on these situations at the present moment. So, as per normal, I'm going to say the usual thing for us people doing YouTube about clicking the like button, subscribing if you haven't done so already. It all helps the channel and promotes myself to other gamers and people interested in this kind of thing know about me and continuing. So yes, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't not done so already. As always, comments be much appreciated. Again, pointing out anything I've done wrong or could have done better, even if it's just my thought processes. However, till next time, I'll catch you in the jungles.